but their parents want them to play the sport, and they're trying to figure out, Dre, how do I tell my parents that I don't want to do this? And I'm trying to help them, like, kind of third party. So I understand why people are doing it. And nowadays, the resources to specialize, you have a 5 year old, the resources to specialize that 5 year old into one sport are available now. Whereas back in the 1990s, there weren't many resources for this stuff. So you just sent your kid outside, just go play. If they decide to play a sport, they would pick one. But now you can kind of like lay out the path for them before the kid's even born. So I understand it. But my answer to your question then is let the kid figure out what they want to be. I have a child, he's 2 years old, my son. If he wants to play basketball, but he has to take it seriously because I'm going to hold him accountable to take it serious. If he wants to play, I'll be there. And if he doesn't want to play sports at all, that's fine as well. One thing he is going to understand is entrepreneurship and business. That's more important to me than sports.
Absolutely. It's so important, and I'm right there with you because people always come to me, "Hey, I want my kid to be a D1 baseball player like you," so I have him year round. I'm like, "That's do the exact opposite. Play all kinds of different sports, work on these different muscles, meet different kids, and collaborate." But at the end of the day, I don't really care, and I want to, we're going to get into your framework. I don't really care. I just want them to work hard and compete and be disciplined. All of those.
It's the discipline, it's the mindset. Those are the things that you get from sports. Because even if I try to push my kid into playing a sport, there's no telling how tall is he going to be. What if he's 5'9"? He ain't making it to the NBA. That's probably not going to happen. And if he doesn't have the talent, then he's not going to make it in sports. And if he doesn't have the passion and the drive to wake up and do the workouts to the point that I'm waking him up to go to the gym instead of him waking me up to go to the gym, it's not going to happen. So you can't force that upon somebody, even your own kids. And I have come across many parents and kids who are trying that because they see this, I don't know what you want to call it, this trophy of having a kid who becomes an athlete. But the kid has to want it more than anybody else does.
The kid has to want it more than anybody else does. And another thing I see, and I'm curious to see what you think about this, is there's these traveling teams, whatever, and sometimes the kids don't make it, and the parents like to place the blame on the coach or external reasons. Where I try to tell them, hey, you got to suck it up, and the kids got to realize that they got to compete. Like with Dre, you were cut 3 years in a row, your first day on the high school basketball team, right?
Yes.
I just think that there's too much victim mentality a lot of times when it comes to mindset and kids growing up these days.